I feel like Idubbbz is gonna touch me and it's gonna look like he's gonna spread like an oily illness.
I only got one trick. I have not practiced it.
Okay.
So it's gonna go extremely well.
Coin, that's 2 coins. Just like that, we could get 3 coins.
But if you want to print it, you just go like that, and then it's
Ooh.
printed.
He's
He's
bluffing. He don't got shit.
You guys both went all in. Oh shit, this isn't good.
You don't got shit, bro. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of H3Y. Today I'm with 2 amazing people within the H3 community. We have Jack Grady and David Valdes. Jack Grady, for those who are unfamiliar with yourself, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. I am the world record holder for fastest loss on America's Got Talent. I did 1 professional boxing match with Misfits. I'm like a social media magician creator. And been an H3 fan for like close to probably a decade now, I think. So yeah.
That's super cool. Like, I was stunned when you reached out to me because you're like the most like conventionally famous person I've had on the show. So it just blew my mind that I'm even talking to you right now. Because I recognize you. I've seen the ads for America's Got Talent. And they like to show yours because it was so short. It's easy to like plug everywhere.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Most definitely.
And of course, who can forget from H3, David Valdes. David, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is David Valdes. I'm an actor and magician, and I've been doing both of those since I was about 6 years old, professionally since I was about 13. I've never been on America's Got Talent, but been in a boxing match, so I'm already not as cool as Jack. But I was an H3 fan for about a decade as well, and had a close friend who started working there, and I got to work with them quite a bit, and still on and off get to be around there. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Very cool. Thank you so much. So let me give you a breakdown of the interview. So I have some icebreaker questions. These are questions that I ask every person on the show. Then I have some fan submitted questions. Then I have some specific questions tailored to both of you. And then at the end, we have some fun activities planned. So first icebreaker question. Does anyone have a ghost story?
Oh. So I kind of have one. I don't know about you, David, but I had this friend who was basically like, I don't know if he was just trying to mess with me as a child, but I had this friend, we were having our little like get together. We were probably like 7 years old, and he screams and runs like into the other room in my basement. And I'm like, what's going on here? And he said, I saw an old man holding a picture. And I was like, dude, you're messing with me. And like, he still swears this to today. And I'm like, I've never heard a ghost story where it's somebody like, I saw a full apparition. Usually it's like a floating orb, but he still swears on it today. So I don't know if I'm just like, this is like an eternal gaslighting that I have going on here. But it was in my basement. I didn't see any ghosts. I didn't see any old man. But like the house I grew up in was definitely very haunted looking. You know, that's what I will say. But I've never seen a ghost personally.
Yeah, I wish I could say I've seen a ghost personally. I've definitely heard things. Like even at my house, I just feel like all the time randomly just stuff kind of like falls down that shouldn't fall down. I don't know if that really counts as ghost stuff. And then working at the Magic Castle, I mean, being there late at night in a room by yourself and you just kind of hear like creaks and steps and no one's around you. That's the closest thing I can think of to a ghost story. But yeah, I wish because I believe in ghosts and I like want to see one really bad, but I haven't seen one yet and it kind of sucks. I need to like go to some insane asylum or something.
Yeah, or they actually do have like specific haunted houses where people legit do have on camera like crazy experiences. I like to share a ghost story with the both of you. I have maybe like 3 or 4 really, really good ones, but this is the one I tell every guest on the show. So I was a sophomore in college. It's around 6 p.m. I'm at my computer doing homework. At the time, I'm very into the gothic aesthetic, so I have pentagrams and like satanic Bibles and like stuff like that just around my room. And I have a table with a pentagram cloth on it and my wallet sitting in the middle. And as I'm working on my desk, I hear the desk creaking back and forth with the cloth on it. So I'm curious. I'm like, oh, are we experiencing an earthquake right now? So I walk over to the desk, and once I reach the table, the creaking stops. Then suddenly, my body goes cold, and I notice the wallet that was sitting in the middle of the table travel instantaneously towards me about 2 feet. I get instantly spooked. I run the heck out of the room, and that's the ghost story.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
I'm super straight edge, especially at the time. Like, no drugs, no alcohol, or nothing. There's absolutely not a single thing that could explain what I saw. But yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That is crazy. Yeah.
Alrighty, next icebreaker question: how do you guys wipe? From back to front or front to back?
Oh, I think I'm trying to like visualize it. You know
Me too.
what I mean? Yeah, I kind of go in like I lift up the sponge balls, and I go this way, so that would be
front to back.
Yeah, and I'm like kind of neurotic about it, so I do like, how they say like 1 to clean, 1 to polish. I do like an extra one on top of that, just because I'm kind of like messed up in the head. I don't know. Right,
just to triple check there's nothing left down there.
Yeah, no, I'm what can I say? I'm a hygienic man.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I don't. From what I remember, I'm like, I kind of, like arch my back and get back around there and go the opposite way that you do. But I'd love to try your way, like lifting your stuff up and going in this way. I feel like it's easier to do that than like arching my back and going the other way.
Yeah,
I'm definitely more
of a back.
Yeah, we should.
A back archer myself, and I like it. I'd be absolutely spotless. I should go wet, dry, and wet, and dry again. So lots of rubbish used by the end of it. But yes, that's my method.
I've used many a wipe in my day as well.
Oh yeah.
All right, next icebreaker question: who is your favorite crew member on the H3 podcast?
I was super stoked. I want to give like a diplomatic answer, and I'd say everybody, but I was super stoked when they hired Morgan. But also I'd probably say AB is probably my favorite, just because I'm from Cleveland, and like Cleveland and Detroit are like sister cities a little bit, so I can, also I like his story a lot, like of, making the rebuttal video to, Gokinaru and like getting in that way, I always found that super inspiring,
Have you seen that video?
AB's
AB's response to Gokinaru.
Yes.
I tried so hard to look for it for years, but someone found it on the Internet Archive, and I saw it for the first time last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a good video.
It's a good video.
You did good. Yeah, I didn't know it was. I watched it when they initially made the podcast episode all the way back of like them going through Gokinaru's video. I remember I also at the same time watched AB's, because at the time I was driving for like DoorDash, so I had nothing better to do but just listen to 24/7 podcasts, which is a very common side hustle for Magician, also DoorDash.
Yep, I did it at one point.
Hell yeah. But I remember I like sat down, I listened to H3's, I listened to Gokinaru's video, then I listened to AB's, in that order.
That's fascinating. You are a hardcore H3 fan, my friend. That's some hardcore stuff. But yeah, that was a fantastic answer. Obviously, we all love all the crew members on the show, right? So there's not a diss at anyone to say who the favorite one is. But this is just, everyone has their own personal preferences, of course. David, do you have an answer?
Yeah, I mean, I can't not say Nate, because we've been friends since I was like 16. I've known him for like 12 years. So I think I'm legally forced to say that Nate is my favorite. But genuinely, I mean, I've known him for forever. We went to community college together. We spent like 2 or 3 years studying together and then stayed friends ever since then. And so to see him, we were working together for the podcast, but not through them. It was like a company that was producing their live shows, and then Nate transitioned over to being their live switcher, and when that happened I was like beyond stoked for him, because it was like literally his dream job that he wanted to do, so the fact that he gets to do it now is awesome.
That's super cool. Yeah, I think you're the first person to say Nate on the show. That's great. Next question we got.
Donate some love. Come on.
We get like 80% people say Zach. People,
yeah,
hardcore fans
Zach's
fucking
pretty
love
badass.
Zach.
Zach's pretty bad at.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, next question. Who would you rather be stuck on a deserted island with? Hasan, Piker, Idubbbz, or Jake Dolittle?
Ooh.
Wow.
I think I'm probably picking Jake Dolittle.
I was gonna say that too.
I don't know why, but Jake Dolittle feels like a safe option. You know, I feel like Idubbbz
was politically safe choice.
I feel like Idubbbz is gonna touch me, and it's gonna look like he's gonna spread like an oily illness to me, where I just get covered in oil. You know.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I definitely would say Idubbbz is probably last, just based on, smell and look alone. And I just feel like any conversation you would have with Hasan would just be unbearable. And so with Jake, it'd be easy to be like, I'm just going to go on the other side of the island. We can just be apart from each other. So I think Jake Dolittle's the lesser of the three evils there.
That's true. My only concern with Jake, I think Jake personality-wise and person-wise is the best. However, he got some fucked up knees, so he might be a liability on the island, which is my only concern when dealing with Jake. But yeah, those are fantastic choices.
See, I didn't even consider the
physical
disabilities. I still think I'm going with I don't know. I'll go with Jake. I'll eat Jake.
I think he'd be the most nutritious out of the three too, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Next icebreaker question: who would you rather have dinner with? Rich Lux, Bo Blacks, or Cousin Tim?
Oh, I'm going with Bobby. I'm going with Bobby. And I would bring some money with me, and pay him for IRL sound bites. You know what I'm
awesome.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd bribe him.
I hosted this event called the 600 Soundbite Tournament, and I invited Bo Blacks as a guest, and he live performed some of his sound bites for us. It was amazing.
That's awesome. Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm it's like neck and neck with me between Bobby and Rich Lux, because I feel like both of those dinners would be so entertaining for variously different reasons, but equally amounts of entertaining. I'll go with Rich Lux because I feel like that would just be an incredible dinner.
Rich Lux is insanely funny. I got to spend, he was super nice. He doesn't know that many people in LA, so he's like, Alex, would you like to hang out a few nights? I'm like, sure. He invited me to this Haunted Labubu event, and then he invited me to this thing called the Haunted Hayride in LA, and he is fucking funny. He was just making one-liners the whole time. I'm like, dude, you're insanely hilarious. So yeah, all three choices I think would be fantastic for dinner. But personally, I'd also go with Bo Blacks because he's pretty weird as am I. So I think our weirdness would kind of mesh together pretty well. I think. All right, last icebreaker question: what would be your last meal?
Man,
that's
how many things can I pick?
What comes to mind? The things you have to have. It can be as extravagant or as small as you want.
I mean, the first thing that pops into my head is sushi for sure, as one of the courses. I'm just trying to think of all my favorite things.
I'm not trying to cop out, David, but when you said sushi, it reminded me of I live right next door to an all-you-could-eat sushi buffet, and it's like a 6, but it's all you could eat. You know what I mean?
Right, for sure.
So it's it ups the rating. So I would just want to go to the buffet, eat till I like a glutton, and then just peacefully die with a full stomach.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely want to go out on a 16 course tasting menu of the best things from around the world, and one of them would be a whole plate of sushi.
Nice.
So that mixed with beef Wellington from Gordon Ramsay or something like that.
Oh yeah, I've had it once. I want to eat it again so bad. It is so incredible, worth every fucking penny, man. That's just so good.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty, let's jump into some fan questions. So first we have a question for Jack from Natalie. Jack, do you like milk?
I'm definitely allergic to milk.
Okay.
It will yeah, I don't know if she somehow knew that, but like I'm horribly allergic to milk. Like I'll be keeled over. It's not even a lactose thing. It's casein, another a protein in milk.
Okay.
You know, so I'll be like keeled over. You know.
Yeah, pretty fucked up. She asked that question, to be honest.
Yeah,
I know,
what the fuck, Natalie? You fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Natalie.
Go fuck yourself,
Fuck you, Natalie.
All right, we got another
Peace and love.
for Jack from Whitney. How many beans are currently up your nose or in your brain?
Up my nose or in my brain. So basically David, are you familiar with like the snorting like the geek magic thing where you eat a bean and then it comes out your eye?
Yeah, yes, of course. Yeah, I've never done it myself, but I'm yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm assuming that's what she's referring to. So it's a little magic trick where like a bean or popcorn comes out of your eye, you know?
Yeah.
And basically, I actually thought one time one rolled to the back of my head, and I'm not 100% sure if that happened because like I saw in the video, I was filming it. So I do this and it's there. I close it and I readjust the camera and then I look back and it's gone. So there might be one.
There's one rolling around in there.
Yeah, I know.
Wow. That's very scary. Well, hopefully, like your body can like digest it somehow through your eye. Maybe it just eventually. This is organic. It'll disappear eventually. Maybe.
Just shake your head and see if you feel something rolling around in there.
Yeah, I know. Truly, might be my brain though. Who knows?
This next question was for David, but I think it'll apply to both. Have you ever had any mess ups on stage?
Oh, so many. So many. I mean, I think like working at the Magic Castle, especially because I got into what's called the junior program there, which they let kids in under 21, and they let you perform on Saturdays and Sundays for brunches. And basically like the first 2 rows are all children under the age of 7. And it's either like I mess up or they are actively trying to mess up my show by just being little gremlins. But yeah, I mean, there was a time that my friend and we got hired to perform for a silent auction that was auctioning off like a VIP pass to go to the Magic Castle. And we set up this like entire trick to be based around this like one person in the show. Like everything was going to connect to him. We get up on stage in front of like 300 people. We're like, okay, bring this guy up. And they were like, he left early. We were like, oh, okay. So we just like had to like scramble to redo the whole show like in real time. So yeah, that was probably the biggest mess up I had. Just like immediately start full body sweating and shaking. And my friend and I just looked at each other like, what the fuck are we about to do right now? So that's probably the biggest mess up I can think of.
Oh, the anxiety was reaching me after hearing that story for sure.
You know, it's this, and then for me, I guess this isn't like a traditional mess up, but basically I used to do kids' birthday parties, right? And I left my stuff unattended, and the birthday girl like reached into my like case and stole my balloon pump and ran to the bathroom with it and threw it in the toilet and then proceeded like to, you know, brown on it. And I basically like had to blow up all the twisting balloons by myself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I got like really lightheaded because I don't know, Alex, if you ever like try to blow up a twisting balloon, but like it takes all your lung capacity. And
it's
I was
nearly
a
impossible.
at the time.
Oh,
you know?
are twisting
so I had
balloons?
to do it like 100 times. So they ended up thinking I was drunk because I was like lightheaded. So that was a bad review on Gig Salad.
Damn.
Yeah.
I didn't know that twisting balloons were different from like a standard like party balloon, like in a circle.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Much different.
Damn.
You should try it one day.
I gotta give it a shot.
You'll
Then,
get,
yeah.
like that far.
Damn, that sucks. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. Did you know during the performance that there was shit all over your pump, or did you find out afterwards?
No, I saw like my pump was missing, you know, and like I realized like the birthday girl had taken it, you know what I mean? And then like I found out like afterwards that she defecated on it, you know.
Very good, very good. Last question I have from the fans is from Haley's comment. What, and this is for both of you, what makes life magical?
Ooh, this is getting deep. I think life has meaning and it's magical because it's only temporary. You got a temporary amount of time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Makes it special.
Right.
Fuck, I gotta follow that.
How was that crazy? How was that crazy?
Honestly, I just feel like there are so many things about life that are so mundane and boring and awful that people like us who are magicians, or seeing a movie, seeing anything that just brings that kind of like joy and spark to you, that's what I feel like makes life magical, is like those moments of where you can just kind of like disconnect from everything else that's going on and just have fun, be excited, feel like a little kid again. That's what I feel like makes life magical, and that can happen at any time in your life. Gotcha.
Those are fantastic answers. Thank you very much. All right, we're gonna jump into the nitty-gritty kind of questions based off of what I've researched from both of you. They're gonna be fun, magical questions. Also, some other stuff going on with the both of you. Let's start out easy. What's the best reaction you've ever had to a trick?
Ooh. I recently did a live stream on my YouTube where I was like doing street magic in Columbus, Ohio. And just those magic reactions where people are just like kind of screaming. It's not like one trick in particular, but like where people just like scream. They have the desire to like leave the scene, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Those are like the kind of reactions that I guess are that I didn't always, because like I'm mainly like a comedic magician on stage, so I don't necessarily get that in my stage show. But when I was doing street magic, I was like, oh, okay, this is what David Blaine really like loves about doing street magic,
Right. Yeah. I have two answers for this. I have one kind of fun one and one really heartfelt one. So I remember I had just gotten a new mentalism effect, and I was trying it out for the first time at this, like, I was just strolling around doing magic it was like a birthday party, I believe, in like someone's house. And I was performing this trick for someone, and I was like about to get to the end. He's like, there's no way you're going to figure this out. Like, I'll bet you $100 you don't figure this out. And obviously I was able to figure it out because it's a trick. And he was like, okay. And he gave me $100. So I think that was one of my favorite ones. And then another one was, so I mentioned earlier, when I performed at the castle, they always, like the first 2 rows, they'll put just all kids there, and you never really know what you're going to get. And I had just this one show where the manager who sits the show sat a kid right up front with me who was on the spectrum, didn't really talk very much, like wore headphones, very to himself. And like the manager kind of came up to me and was like, hey, like, I don't know how this is going to go, but just like, just try and keep him included. And I was like, I'm just going to use him for, every trick and just see, how he responds. If he doesn't like it, I can obviously pick someone else. And like the whole show, he just kind of like lit up. He was super involved, like talking to me, super excited. And afterwards, his parents came up to me like crying, like, we've never seen him react like this. Like, you've made him like, in this moment be, completely different than how he normally acts around people. And so I think that was probably the most memorable reaction I had. And I just always think about that, of just like, no matter what, I can, just change how people feel, at least for like 15 20 minutes. So
that's very beautiful, David. Thank you for sharing that. Alrighty, let's move on to the next question I have for both of you. Have either of you ever totally bombed on stage?
So America's Got Talent sounds like it would be a bomb for me.
Right.
But like the moment I saw those red X's, that was like, it brought power to my like soul, you know what I mean? So that was a good bomb. But I remember I was working on like a cruise ship one time, and I just first started. It was the only like cruise stuff I had ever done. And I was like doing my thing. It was like 10 minutes into the show. I had a suitcase table, with all my stuff in it. And I tripped backwards. My cards went everywhere. The case knocked over. Like all my stuff was just like in complete disarray. And I was like, well, that's the show, folks.
Damn. Well, how long?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, sorry, David. But how far into the set was that? Was it just about to get started?
Like, I think I did one thing, one full routine. Like, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Damn.
Like, we slotted you for 45 minutes.
There's like nothing I could do. Like, I couldn't just like start picking up stuff.
Yeah, like, hey, everyone turn around for a few minutes. Let me just reset real quick.
Yeah, I know.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I remember one particular show where performing in front of a bunch of families, and again, a little kid was up in front, and they were just like out for blood. Every word I said, they had something to say, just being a little shit the whole time. And it got into my head because it was just like I couldn't even I would just ask questions, and then they would just say just the dumbest things, and I started actually messing stuff up. And I was expecting at one point the parent to say something, but they were like, "Hey, well, maybe you'll have a career in acting instead, huh?" I was like, "Holy shit!"
Oh my god.
I was like, man, I cannot wait to be done with this show. And I mean, I was like, luckily it was the last show of the day, and I was like, I'm fucking out of here. I was just I was so annoyed. And because I usually I like to riff off with whoever I have, even if it's kids, I'll have so much fun with them. And for some reason, this little fucking kid knew how to push my buttons, and I just started fucking everything up.
Damn.
So yeah, that was probably my most memorable bomb, I would say.
Oh, that's amazing.
I used to, back when I was starting out, I performed strolling magic at a diner in LA, and I would be slated to perform Saturdays and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And you just get the full gamut of people walking into a diner in LA, most of them hungover. So just trying to even start a conversation was the hardest thing. And I remember there was this old couple that would go every single time I was there, and I wouldn't even take 2 steps and be like, "Hi." They're like, "No, thanks." I was like, "Cool. I'll just let you guys leave you to it. I'll move on." So, yeah, those are my most memorable. Yeah, performing in the morning, doing magic for people that aren't expecting to see magic is probably the worst audience you could ever ask for.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
That first story with the kid, it's like an impossible situation for 2 reasons. For one, you're hired to perform, you have to remain professional, and the second, you can't say anything to the kid because it's a fucking kid.
Exactly. Yeah, it's different when you're performing for drunk people, because then everyone's kind of laughing at the drunk guy.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's a kid, I mean, I can't just be like, "Hey, fuck you." I can't do that.
That's what he wanted.
Yeah,
it sounds
so I
like.
just kind of just had to roll with the punches there. It was that show felt like it was 3 hours long, and it was a 20-minute show. So yeah.
So, Jack, when you had your famous X moment, did you know that you were bombing, or did you know this was going to kind of elevate your career?
So have you ever seen The Producers before?
I've not.
So it's basically the premise is they figure out they can make more with a flop of a play than a successful play.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at America's Got Talent, they reach out to you, you know what I mean? And I looked at my repertoire of material, and normally I work very blue and whatnot, in a comedy club setting. So I kind of realized okay, I'm not going to be able to provide them reasonably anything that would let me advance on this show. So I'm going to go in there just with the full intention of just making a meme out of this, and I pitched to the producer. I probably shouldn't say her name, but regardless, I pitched to her, I have this video where I do we take a bottle poem. I'm like, "How's this?" And she said, "Oh, the judges will love it." And I'm like, sure, they're gonna love this. Because that's how they are. You could, if they think they have a moment with you that they could do, they'll gas you up. It's like gaslighting low key a little bit, you know?
Right.
So they're like, "Oh, you're gonna do fantastic on the show. They're gonna love this." And I'm like, "Listen, I know I'm going in there to get sacrificed. I'm just going in there with the intention of like making a meme."
That's incredible. I don't know how pre-planned it was. So you knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah, like they were saying to me, like, "Oh, you're gonna go so far," but like I knew, like, was it in Mice of Men? They say like, "Look at the rabbits." Like I knew what was about to happen. Like I knew what "look at the rabbits" meant.
That's awesome. So, let's say they didn't X you right away. Did you have any plan after you showed the bottle in your ass?
Yeah, I have a hemorrhoid rope trick.
Okay.
That I was gonna do. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's just a color-changing rope, David. Like I just packed the dumbest shit,
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
And like I took like my most brain rot material and just brought it onto the show,
Very cool, very cool. Yeah, I was always curious, like, what the plan would have been afterwards. But no, it looks like everyone knew it was going to happen.
I watched that clip back recently, and it was like you barely even turned around to show it, and they were just like fucking like immediately.
Yeah. Well, that was actually really hard to plan out, like how I was able to walk out on stage.
Right.
Without a bottle in my ass. Like, how do I do an ass load of a bottle, like secretly? So my mom sewed a metal bar into my pants, and I had to like sit in the waiting area all day with a metal bar in my pants. And then we made a magnetic bottle top. So I was like stole it from the case and like attached it.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
So some real hardcore magic theory went into that.
Yeah.
So Jack, speaking of some of your performances, I saw some of your videos and you often joke about circumcision. So Jack, are you circumcised or not? I can't actually tell.
I do have the coveted 5 skin. We're a very Eastern European family.
What are your thoughts on circumcision?
Whatever floats whatever's boat. I do a whole routine about it in my show. Actually, I do a circumcision like rope routine. And yeah, no, I mean I'm cool with whatever.
Right on. My feelings are very strong against not circumcising kids. My opinion. I get why people would or want to, but just my personal opinion right there.
Gotcha.
Alrighty. Another question for Jack. I was watching a few of your videos and I could tell Idubbbz was a huge influence on you. How did it feel when H3 and Idubbbz had a falling out?
Oh, it was a betrayal. Like when I was a youth, I looked a lot like Idubbbz. You know what I mean?
You know what? Now you say that, if I were to like cut off or like put my fingers over your hair, you would look kind of like Idubbbz.
Yeah, no, I was like much when I was like when I was 18, I really had the Idubbbz look. You know what I mean? And I remember like big fan of him, and I was like gutted when the betrayal happened.
Right.
Of sorts, definitely gutted.
David, were you a fan of Idubbbz at all?
I definitely was not nearly as big of a fan as H3. I mean, his videos popped up from time to time just because I feel like, when you're subscribed to a certain channel, they kind of recommend stuff that's very similar. And so I was obviously very aware of him and I saw some of his videos. I definitely wasn't as big of a fan as I was of H3. Mm-hmm. But it's still just, when all of that happened, it was really crazy. Because I even remember he came to one of the live shows. I can't remember if it was the Dolby or the one before that. But fun fact, I do remember. So at a lot of these stages, there's like different rows of curtains that people are standing off on the wings. And like I was behind one of them being waited to call up to film something. And I remember someone walking by from on the other side of a curtain and like a waft of something bad smelling.
No way. No fucking
way. And Idubbbz came on stage.
No
and I was like, holy shit, what was that? I swear I remember that. And I was like, "What is that?" And it was Idubbbz walking on stage.
Wow.
No.
Hopefully this doesn't make it to him, and then now he hates me too. But
oh yeah, expect a content cop David come up next.
Yeah, fuck, shit.
Well, actually,
yeah,
if he makes a video on you, it'll actually boost your career quite a lot based off of the last few videos.
Yeah,
so,
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I should say more. No.
Dude, big time. that would be huge.
Yeah.
All right, that's very cool. Thank you so much for sharing that. I have some like general like magician questions. Have you ever like, you know, sometimes magicians bring someone on stage and then they help them with the performance. Have you ever tried that and have it go terribly wrong? Or had a difficult volunteer for performance?
You know, I just recently performed at Connecticut, which is like Connecticut's like Comic-Con. And I bring somebody up on stage and I'm doing a trick where I basically need them to name a playing card. And at first they go, a Chipotle gift card. And like the audience gives a little chuckle. And I'm like, okay, that was funny. You know, but like, can you name a playing card? And she refuses. And I go, do you not know like cards? Do you need help? Do you not know playing cards? And she goes, no, I know cards. I want a Chipotle gift card. And I'm like, the joke isn't funny anymore. Like, name a card. And I was like deep in character on stage. So I was like shouting at her because I'm really aggressive, like on stage. Like, name a playing card, please. And she just wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it. So I had to like get her off stage, bring up a new volunteer and reset. So.
Damn, that's hilarious. Was she drunk? Was she just fucking with you, or did she not know cards?
No, she was sober. I mean, if she was drunk, she was the most subtle drunk I've ever seen. But like, she messed up like the whole motion of like, I was like so like that got me in my head a little bit afterwards. I was like, you know, while I was up there, because like the audience definitely got lost a little bit, in that exchange.
Yeah, that sucks. But it sounds like you were able to like work with the best you had at that moment. That sounds hilarious. Yeah. I would have been dying laughing if I was there. She kept saying Chipotle. That's really good.
Yeah.
All right, David, how about yourself?
Well, I definitely mentioned the worst one I had, which was that little kid.
Yeah.
But I mean, countless times of performing for drunk people, buzzed people, and they select a card, you get through the whole thing, and then they're like, I don't remember what I chose. And you're like, cool, well, this fucking doesn't matter anymore. On to the next thing. But yeah, I mean, a lot of kids that suck, a lot of drunk people that suck. You know, people like that audience member, like just like wanting to make the show about themselves and be funny, and you know, it's fun to like riff back and forth, but it's like at some point it's like you kind of gotta do what I'm asking to make something entertaining of all this. I can't remember any more specifically other than that little fucking kid. But yeah, just so many bad audience members I've had. Damn. But I've had probably 10 times as many good audience members. Most people actually like magic. So.
Yeah, that's what I would imagine, because like I've seen some like live magic performances. I've never seen the volunteer fuck with the magician, so I was always curious about that. All right, let's move on to some more spicy questions here. Again, let's just knock out all these magic ones while we're here. Have you ever had to improvise like during a performance, like something one of your props wasn't working, or say what you prepared for didn't actually come through? So did you ever have to like improvise live on stage?
Funny enough, when I performed on the H3 podcast, I had to improvise.
Really?
Yeah, I originally was gonna do a different trick to end my performance, and Ethan was like, "Oh, I don't want this card. I want this one." And like he kept like kind of like going around everything, and so I switched what I was gonna do at the very end. So I had that like the where I turned all the cards clear. That was kind of like my backup if Ethan decided to fuck with me, which he did. So I switched to doing it.
I remember that moment because
it's the most Ethan Klein thing as well.
That's incredible that was all improvised. So what was supposed to happen? Because I remember you laid out all the cards for him, then he picked a card, and you kept asking.
Yeah, and he was like, "That's not the one I picked." And I was like, "That is the one you picked." He's like, "No, it's not." I was like, "Okay, here, pick another one."
Oh, okay, so that threw everything off. That he picked...
yeah, it ended up throwing what I was trying to do off without getting too much into it. That's kind of what.
Wow, incredible.
Off, so. Yeah,
Jack, what inspired you to reach out to me in the first place?
I saw your campaign H3 Creators for Palestine, and we were like doing dual campaigns at the same time because I made a Magicians for Palestine one, which has been going good. So it was just like that's kind of what got me onto your radar, I guess.
Yeah, the incredible cosmic coincidence is that we just happen to have two similar fundraisers going on at the same time.
It was the same day we did our like big drives too, which I find
that's pretty crazy. Yeah. So you have been receiving a ton of harassment. I haven't received a single angry or mean DM. Why do you think, conversely, you've kind of had the opposite experience?
I think it's just because like I probably like I've never gotten political like with my page before, you know what I mean? And like H3 is already like a pretty like politically like adjacent community, I guess, you know what I mean? So it's like
against our will. Against our will, it's very politically adjacent.
And but yeah, no, it was definitely crazy. Like the most extent is like I made a few like magic like meme videos like about where I called Trump Jeffrey Epstein's friend, but like that was like the extent of it. But when I initially like spoke like saying like hi, I'm doing, because my fundraiser started because I made a connection with somebody named Uncle Tito. He's a clown who lives in Gaza, and we became like mutuals on TikTok. So like I initially like drove people to like a personal fundraiser of his and a video, and that went well. So I decided to like double down and create like a whole campaign for the Palestinian Children's Relief Fund, you know.
That's awesome.
So
very good.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. I don't know. I think it's definitely frustrating when people like say it's just because like they don't want like they're like, oh, why are you getting political, when really they just don't like what you're being political about.
Yeah.
And hiding it as that. But the fact that you're getting harassed over raising money is just fucking so stupid. Like,
oh yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I will say, I think the backlash would have been tenfold if you were raising money for the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah, no, totally. What was I gonna say? Yeah, no, and one thing I will say though with it too is I've used the backlash to raise more money. You know what I mean? So like, for like every time I post a story with somebody putting like a horrible comment or something like that, like it tends to just get like naturally a lot of engagement. So like that might sound like very influencer broken brain of me to say, but like it's been like the backlash has probably raised more money than, for at least my like small community, than if we didn't have any backlash, you know.
Right.
Well, at least there's a net positive from it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, totally.
So I'll make sure to, this episode's not going to come up for like another 2 weeks, but I'll make sure to put your donation link at the top of the description. If anyone at home didn't get a chance to donate to the H3 Fans for Palestine and you want to support Jack, make sure to click that link in the description and donate a few bucks.
Same charity, I believe, Palestinian Children's Relief Fund.
Yes.
Right. Awesome.
So I recently had a musician on the show, and we were talking a lot about AI. So I was thinking about it and comparing it to what you guys do. I'm all like, there's no way AI could take over what magicians do, right? Has that thought ever crossed your mind?
I think since magic is like such like a visual art form, you know, like there's been like instances, David, you might know more about this, where like AI has like came up with like a methodology for a trick, if that makes sense. But I don't believe there's like a threat to the actual art. There might be like sometime in the, whoever knows when in the future, there might be like some way to plug in, like a magician does a trick, you take a video of it and plug it into AI and it will expose the trick, you know, but like I don't think it will affect us too much. You might have different thoughts though, David.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of already happening. Some friends and I that I've known for a while, who a lot of us still, you know, perform, and there's a lot of technology in magic now, like very expensive tricks that involve technology without getting too much into it. And we were kind of testing it out of like looking up, like explaining the trick without saying like what the name of the product is, and AI would explain how a trick is done. And there's like a very well-known trick that I do, that a couple of my other friends do, and I don't want to say it because people are going to start looking it up, but it involves like reading someone's mind and going through like a website and finding everything. And we looked up that like, oh, this magician performed this trick where they found this out using this, and it like gave the name of it and like where to buy it and like all of it. And so we've definitely noticed that. Hopefully they're trying to, like, magician distributors are trying to find a way to figure out if that's kind of like a copyright infringement or something kind of like that, where like if you don't own the intellectual property, you can't give it away. Because there's a whole side of magic too of like, even if you own a trick, some distributors don't want you performing it on certain, like they don't want you performing it on TV or this or that. And so on top of that, they obviously don't want it being revealed. So I'm not sure where that kind of battle is at the moment. I think it's still very new, and we're kind of still noticing it without it being like a mainstream thing that people are just like looking up how tricks are done. But you definitely can, if you explain a trick well enough of how you saw it, AI could probably explain to you how it's done.
Really? Yeah. I did not know AI had that capability to do that. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my God. Well, best of luck to all the magicians' rights activists out there.
Yeah.
Hopefully AI doesn't gain too much traction and spoiling all these magical secrets to everyone.
Yeah. Ruining the fun.
Last question I have is specifically for David. You're a man of many talents. Okay. You're an actor, a poker player, musician. Like what you got going on in updates in those fields and realms?
You know, I really wish I could have a lot of updates, but entertainment in LA is probably the worst it's ever been in ever. I've worked on some small projects that I can't, not like the project wasn't small, but my role in it was small, that I am contractually not allowed to talk about it at the moment, but I can probably share in a few months when it's starting to be advertised and things like that. Other than that, you know, I haven't talked about this too much, but I actually kind of had a burnout and falling out with magic. Right before the pandemic, I was kind of, I was performing what I thought was like probably the best material I could do at the time. And I was doing it so much that I was getting tired of performing it. And I don't know if this has ever happened to you, Jack, where you kind of like start a show and just kind of go on autopilot and you're not like present. Yeah. And that was happening a lot. And I was like getting hired to do stuff. And I was like kind of like dreading performing. And obviously I don't want to have that feeling. Like, I feel like being a magician is probably one of the best jobs in the world if you're able to do it for a living, and it shouldn't feel like a job. It should feel like a lot of fun. And the fact that it wasn't feeling fun was scaring the shit out of me. And then the pandemic came and I wasn't able to perform for anyone for 2 years. A couple of my friends got into like doing Zoom shows and stuff, and I wasn't in the headspace to even try and figure that out. And then I got into college, and so now I'm trying to find my way back into falling in love with magic again. I still love it as an art form. I think as a career, it's kind of harder, and I'm still trying to get into it. I'm trying to build a new show right now. I want to perform at the Magic Castle again. I want to do like a stand-up show. I have a couple friends who are running like a new magic thing in Indianapolis, and they're at some point, somewhere down the line, I'm probably going to do a show out there. So yeah, I think right now I'm kind of, that's what I'm focusing on, is just learning some new stuff, trying to kind of piece together a show. That's what I'm working on right now.
Very cool. Best of luck to you, and I hope that spark reignites. Maybe after I show you my trick, you'll fall in love with magic.
I'll be blown away.
Well, I gotta say, it's super cool how I had imagined this happening during that pandemic. Magicians probably tried to figure out a whole new set and a whole new dynamic over virtual calls. So I did not get a chance. I've done a lot of like new virtual things. I did like virtual yoga, virtual wine tasting, stuff like that. So it would have been really cool to experience a virtual magical set. I would have been really curious to see what that would have been like. So yeah, I'm down to jump into some magic. Are the both of you ready?
Yeah.
Good to go.
Oh, very good. I'd like to start it off. I only got one trick. I have not practiced it.
Okay.
So it's going to go extremely well. So here's a deck of cards, just a standard deck. I'm going to shuffle it for you. Oh, this is so fun. I'm going to shuffle it. And then I'm going to show you the bottom card. Since I can't have you pick a card for me, I'm going to cover the camera viewfinder and show you the card. So memorize that card.
Perfect.
I'm going to shuffle. And then I'm going to throw the cards all over the room. And I'm going to put the cards back together. Oh shit, they're everywhere. Alright, I'm going to put the cards in my butt. Oh, I can't show you the cards. Damn it, they all just fell everywhere. This is going incredible. Alright, I pooped out the cards. They were in my butt, so you're going to just have to trust me on that. I'm going to shuffle the cards. Alright. I think this was the card. Did I get the card right?
It's close.
Let's go.
Damn it! Ta-da!
You were,
right, but here's the other cool part.
Standing ovation.
In addition to that, we'll assume this is your card. Every card in the deck is now that card. Wow, magic. Wow. Look at that.
That's crazy.
It's all the card that you didn't pick.
Wow, good job.
Thank you. All right. Who's next?
David, would you like to go? Or
Sure, I can go. I kind of have to change my camera angle here to do, because I was going to do some stuff like on a table.
Oh, go for it.
So I got one little quick thing and then one real magic trick.
Okay.
So Jack probably knows what these are, but Alex, do you know what these are?
That is cardboard.
It's cardboard, yeah. So this is what a card box looks like before it has any color on it.
Okay.
Before it's printed. So this is kind of what a card box looks like before it's printed. But if you want to print it, you just go like that, and then it's printed. And now it actually has some color to it. But of course, it's just a box of paper until you kind of fold it together to make it look like a card box. You snap your fingers, and then there's a deck of cards. And
Whoa!
And that's a full deck of cards there.
Awesome.
So that's my fun little dumb one.
That is incredible.
And then I'm just gonna give these cards a shuffle here. And then Alex, whenever you want, just tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Oh shit. Let's try it one more time.
All right.
Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Perfect. Right there. So we're gonna say that was your card.
Okay.
You got the card, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. I'm gonna put it down on the table, and then now I'm gonna have to adjust again. All right. So that was your card, yeah?
Yeah.
That was the card? Okay, cool. So this is actually the one of the first tricks I performed when I started performing at the Magic Castle. So the King of Diamonds. The King of Diamonds. And do you know what these are, Alex?
It's a Joker.
They're jokers. So jokers are considered wild cards. So usually when you have a joker, what you do is if you lose a card in your deck, you write on this card what card's missing. And so it kind of can become whatever card you want. So what I'm going to try and do is turn these jokers into your King of Diamonds.
Okay.
So we have 8 jokers here and your King of Diamonds. All here. Here's the 4. Your King of Diamonds, and then the other 4 right here. Let's see if I can do this.
Oh, no way.
All right.
Wow.
Kind of like that, yeah. I usually do this to music, so it's a little bit weird just doing it with nothing here.
I'll play music in the background for us. So just pretend like there's
perfect,
music.
awesome. Pretend there's music here, and all these keep turning into King of Diamonds.
Wow. Oh my god.
Yeah, and it just kind of keeps going like this.
Cool.
And there's King of Diamonds, more and more King of Diamonds.
This is blowing my mind, David. Like real black, it's real black magic kind of stuff right there.
I feel like it's weird that it's completely silent, but yeah, it's kind of cool, right?
Yeah. There we go. There's one left.
All right, we got one more.
There we go.
And there's the last one. Just like that. You know, funny enough, you kind of did that thing where every card turns into the King of Diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like.
That's you asshole! You just totally outplayed me. Damn, we should have talked about our tricks beforehand. I'm like stupid now.
I know. I didn't think we were gonna overlap. All right, now Jack's gonna be way funnier than me.
No. Let me see. Let me make sure my angle. Let me check my angles. I'm gonna move my camera back a little bit. That's okay?
Yeah.
Let me see. Okay. Hold on. Let me cook, Cat. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Okay. Hello, Alex. Hello, David.
Hello.
Hello, Jack.
I'm about to show you a miracle. Alex, I'm going to have you pick a playing card. I'm going to riffle, say stop.
And stop.
Right there. Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Positive. Okay, take a look at the card you stopped at.
I see it.
Okay, now I see this card, so it's pointless to try to read your mind. But before I got on this live stream today, I made one prediction, and one prediction only. I inserted one card into my Cleveland, Ohio asshole. One card and one card only. In my asshole. Was that it?
It was not that card.
No.
You serious? I worked years of my life for this. Okay, hold on. Not the 3 of diamonds, but watch.
Whoa.
Yeah, baby.
What the heck? How'd you do that?
You know how long it took me to get that up there?
That was incredible.
No, that was stupid.
No, it wasn't. I blew my freaking mind.
All right. I got something cool now. Okay, I got a coin here. This is a Morgan dollar. Right?
Okay.
Can't buy much, but if you split it into 2, it could get you a little bit more. That's 2 coins there. That's 1 coin. That's 2 coins. Just like that, we could get 3 coins. Just like that at the tips of the fingers. Watch, I take this 1 coin over here. All I do is just spit on it. Just like that, with a little bit of spit, it actually melts away. Just like that. 2 coins left. Watch, I take 1 of the coins just like that. Spit on it. Just like that. Melts away. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 1 final coin left. This coin is the hardest one to go. I need my magic wand, aka my magic marker. Ha! What the? Magic marker, it's comedy! Okay. Watch. I take the final coin. All we gotta do with the final coin is just take it, give it a little squeeze just like that, give it a little tap, and the coin vanishes just like that. I'll tell you the secret though. It actually goes inside the cap of the marker. Watch, I'll do that one more time. I take the coin, just give it a little tap just like that. It vanishes and goes inside the cap of the marker. Now watch, this is the part of the show that's put me on the map, okay? It's part of the show that's put me on the map. I'm going to take the coin, and right before your very eyes, I'm going to insert it into the cap just like that. The coin goes inside the cap, and that's a trick with 3 coins. Ooh, that's my track.
That's amazing. You know what that reminded me of? It reminded me of the Hawk2A cryptocurrency. You spit on that thing, and everyone's value turns to nothing.
Hell yeah. All the coins are gone.
Yeah. It's a visual representation of the rug pull right there.
Yeah, exactly. Totally.
Alrighty, that was the magic show. Thank you so much, you guys. That was so fun.
I like how we both did versions of what you were doing, Alex.
Yeah, it was kind of oddly related, wasn't it? So yeah, before we close it out, I wanted to try something fun. Since David, you're also known for being the poker commentary person, I wanted to see if we could play a round or two of poker here on Discord. So they're actually built-in plugins.
Oh, let's go.
So let me see if I can actually pull one up for us. Poker. There we go. Poker night. I want to see if I can beat you, David. So it should be popping up on screen any second here. So once it's ready, hit join the table, and we'll get started. All right, and let's give it a go.
This is amazing. I'm so stoked. It's going to be really bad if I lose.
It sure will. Alrighty. Oh, what a perfect hand.
So here's a little secret. I've actually never played poker in my life. Despite being a magi. Yeah. Let's go with it.
I've noticed that a lot of magicians, like, they'll do card routines that involve poker, but they don't know how to play poker.
Okay, let me cook.
Oh shit, I was not trying to bet that much. There we go.
Oh, that's an interesting bet.
He's a hustler. All right, you raised me, so I'll let you figure out what you want to do.
Oh shit, I'm stressing out. Okay, no, I actually feel pretty good if I remember the rule.
Now I don't know if I feel good here.
Oh, that's just the card I needed.
Oh, hell yeah.
Everyone checks around.
Oh no! Oh shit, that's a good hand.
You guys are betting real weird over here. You're like, I think I know this is good, right?
Yeah, I saw 2 3s and I was like, I got this shit.
All right, you're going down the next one.
All right, I got a good hand. That's all.
All right.
Let's make this more interesting.
Jack, that means he doesn't have shit.
Oh, you're re-raising me.
I'm crazy like that.
All right, we'll check it around.
No, we'll check it around. Very good, very good.
Oh shoot. This is my make or break. You know what?
I'm just going all in.
Can't handle this pressure.
I'm going all in on this.
Can't handle this pressure. Okay, let me think.
He's bluffing. He don't got shit.
You guys both went all in. Oh shit, this isn't good.
You don't got shit, bro.
I was bluffing. Pair of 7s wins.
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
Oh shit!
I was hoping to get you guys off.
I
of it.
fucking knew
Jack's
you were
out with 8 new soft suit.
All right, just me and David now.
Just you and I.
Yes, sir. Let's
Just
close
you
it
and
out.
I.
Whatever we have, I'm going all in, baby. Raise all in.
With this hand?
This is the last hand.
All right. Well, I mean, I would never go all in with this hand, but let's see what happens. That's not good.
All right, that's terrible for me.
It's bad.
I have a one pair
I
on
have
the table.
nothing. I have nothing. I would never go. This. I have 6-2. That's
was
all I
gonna
got.
split. Oh yo! I beat David. Let's go.
Good job.
Thank you so much. All right, that's the end of the interview.
Man, can we do this for 2 more hours?
No, I want to leave on top.
Virtual poker. That's crazy.
All right, David and Jack, what do you have going on? Would you like to plug anything?
I currently have a West Coast / like some East Coast dates. So I have Chandler, Tucson, Denver, San Diego, LA. Sorry, my dog's barking. And then Philadelphia and Columbus, Ohio. If you want to come catch me live, it's in the link tree.
I definitely want to try to check out that San Diego one. It might be around my dad's birthday, but I really want to check that one out.
Okay.
David, what do you have going on?
Yes. You know, right now I'm just going to plug my Instagram at David Valdes, my name. I'm going to start posting a lot more kind of cool magic content. Going to actually start, making some cool videos. That's the main thing I'm plugging right now. I also want to plug Jack's fundraiser and Alex's fundraiser.
Awesome.
That's what I'm going to plug right now.
Yeah, my fundraiser ends today, so it'll all just be Jack's from now on.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you both so much.